Shalom, shalom. I do want to start off this lesson by saying all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodach, for giving the opportunity to do a lesson today. I do want to give double honors to the elders and apostle Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precepts upon precepts and line upon line. This title of the lesson, I want to name it is there is spirits that's created for the Most High anger. And these spirits are jealousy spirits. It goes into beasts. It goes into serpents. It goes into many other things, created to destroy the wicked. All right, and we're about to enter a time where Jacob trouble is going to happen, where Yahweh Shemashai is going to release these spirits upon the wicked. All right, you 2/3 Jakes upon Esau, Edom. To be honest with you, upon the whole world for their wickedness. And we're coming up to that time. Not that I should bring out some scriptures talking about it, because they're excited to do the will of Yahweh Shemashai. They're excited to smite everybody, to kill, to slaughter, to put a lot of you people to death. Because a lot of you people on earth have done wickedness to the point where it's just deserving to death. And when Yahweh Shemashai tell these spirits to just go, boy, they're gonna go. They're gonna please Yahweh Shemashai. All right. And the scripture I want to grab is this one. Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 31, known as Sirach. It says this: they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So basically, that's basically saying that these spirits that's created for the wrath of Yahweh Shemashai, to kill, to lay, to slaughter, to utterly destroy, basically to commit murder, to commit genocide in the highest scale. Not genocide, but to commit damn mass murder. They're damn near on their toe waiting for the Most High to say go. they're gleaning with happy. All right, and we're coming to the time where Jacob trouble is gonna come. So the fact that they're ready to go and these spirits are ready to go, that means that means Jacob trouble is gonna be damn near deadly. All right, scripture says what? Let me grab Jeremiah 30:7 real quick. It says this. Jeremiah chapter 30, 30 verse 7. It says this: alas, for the day is great, all right, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob trouble, but the word is what? None, that is none like it. All right, the reason why scripture says none like it, because you're going to see a lot of spirits doing a lot of slaughtering. All right, more than you have seen in the days of Egypt, more than you have seen in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, more and other great nation that Yahweh Shemashai plagued. More, because this is a time in history where everybody around the world had done wickedness and drunk the Babylon wine and dug into witchcraft and sorceries and eating child and sacrificing child and doing weird shit, doing weird sexual acts, being a sodomite, effing animals. This is the time where a lot of people had done what they wanted to do, because they believe that Yahweh Shemashai is not watching, Yahweh Shemashai is not real. People lost like this. Like, look, man. There's going to be a lot of slaughtering coming very soon. A lot of woes. Why? Because everybody had done wickedness. Everybody had done wickedness. And everybody had done something that was deserving to be judged. Even toward the 2/3 Jake, even the 2/3 Jakes. They're a bunch of degenerates, Yeah, they simple, but they know better. How they know better is because they all heard about the Hebrew Israelites. They all heard about, Yahweh Shemashai coming. They all heard it. And look, man, when Jacob trouble starts, Yahweh Shemashai is not going to show no mercy, because everybody knew better. Everybody knows now. All right, and the heathens, they're going to get it because they had touched the apple. They had touched Israel's so-called Negroes, like Swedish Americans, and scattered among the heathens. That's what they did. So we're gonna enter a time where Yahweh Shemashai is about to release these spirits to do his judgment, to please his wrath, and it's going to do a lot of slaying, a lot of killing, a lot of destruction. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 39 verse 28 says this: there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which is in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And who had made these angry, these made the spirit ready to slay, slaughter spirits? Who made them? Yahweh Bashim Ashai. All right, and who's gonna command them to go and do Jacob Chobin to lay utterly all the young maiden little? Who's on Yahweh Bashim Ashai? And are they gonna hold back? No, because that's what they're created to do. And they're gonna be doing that in Jacob Trouble very soon. They're heaping in joy. They're happy in joy. They singing aloud, waiting for Yahweh Shema Shah to say, F these people up. You know? Because it's gonna be the day of the Lord, the day of judgment. The day when everybody reap what they have sown. Alright. Let me grab a scripture real quick. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. It says this: be not deceived, God is not mocked. So whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Verse 8, for he that soweth to the flesh shall the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall the spirit reap everlasting life. And the one that was sowing after the flesh, the pride, the carnal stuff, the glory, the love of the many, the sodomist stuff, and sacrificing strange gods and doing weird stuff, they're gonna reap corruption, destruction, anguish. You're gonna see the death angel against you. All right. But the one that was going after the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, they're gonna be protecting those days. They're gonna be okay. All right. The death angels, though, they're not gonna go around them. Why? Because they're good. Those are not the people that Yahweh Shema Shai had commanded the death angels to go after. Because the what Yahweh Shema Shai commanded these angels that's created to lay short throats, he's gonna command them to go after the wicked. And they're going to be released full throttle out in the world very soon. And Jacob Trouble. Because this whole world just went straight to wickedness, you know. So Ecclesiastes 39 verse 28 says what? There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Verse 29, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And you're going to see that in a time of Jacob Trouble. Or even America, Babylon the Great. How is America going to be taken out with fire? Is not Yahweh Shema Shai going to be upon these nukes to make sure they land on their targets? Is not his spirit going to be upon these nukes so it will not be deflected by American defense systems? Yes. That's the spirit of vengeance. They are created for the wrath of him, and he's going to use it against the wicked. And is not America a wicked nation? A land where they had rape, rob, murder the Israelites, so-called Negroes like Tunis Americans, and still persecute them till this day? And made unrighteous decrees against them and made sure that they stayed in the bottom and took their God and crucified them in their land by whitewashing them and crossing out his name, and then gave Israel abominable foods and gave them drugs and stuff like that so they could kill each other? Yes, this is the land that had done that. So you think that Yahweh Shema Shai is not going to get vengeance? This place is going to be taken out by fire. All right, a lot of you, and that's what's going to come to pass. So it's not like, oh, this is not true. It is true. And it's going to come. Let's go to verse 29. It says what? Fire and hell and famine. Let's read it again. Ecclesiastes 39 verse 29. Fire and hell and famine and death. All these are created for vengeance. Verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and swords, punishing the wicked to destruction. And you're gonna see that. You're gonna see damn near there's gonna be a spirit on the line to mow down a mow. You're gonna see a spirit of a gorilla pounding on a hoe. That's how it's gonna be. Spirits are created for vengeance. And they're about to be released in Jacob Trouble very soon. We're about that time. We're about that time. How prophecy is moving and how the economy is looking like and how the war is going with the Middle East. It seems like Jacob Trouble is right there too. And Jacob Chobo's right there. What does that mean for the spirits? That means they're about to go out and appease and please the wrath of Yahweh Shemashai. All right, now let's go to 31. This scripture I started this lesson with. Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 31. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his words. So when there's time to be in use to put down the judgment upon the wicked, they're not gonna say, oh no, we're not gonna do that. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna be happy, because they was created for this purpose. And they're gonna make sure that they do a perfect job. Let me grab another scripture real quick. Where is it? Oh yeah, Slakia. I was trying to figure out where that scripture was, but it was right here. Nahum chapter 1 verse 2. It says what? God is jealous, and the Lord Yahweh Shema revengeth, and the Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he will reserve the wrath for his enemies. And right now he's reserving his wrath. You could tell. He's exposing Esau, Edom. He's building up a nation against America. He's causing the economy to crash out. He's gonna build it up to the point where everybody's gonna suffer one big go. It's gonna be a chaotic time, basically, a chaotic time. All right, you thought 2020 was bad, Just wait for this, Jacob Trouble. Just wait for this. When Yahweh Shemashai lures all his free upon the wicked for all their abominable works, for not repenting, for not coming back to his ways, for just being a degenerate in the street. You're gonna see it. And you can't say that, oh, you haven't known, oh, you didn't know. Look, man, every 2/3 Jake have heard about the Hebrew Israelites. You heard about it, you seen it, you saw it through social media, you saw it through TikTok, you saw it through Instagram. There's no way you have heard of it. Or you probably heard your friends talking about it too. So there's no way. If you had heard the truth and you rejected it, you are an enemy to Yahweh Shemashai, because you love the world. You can't love the world and love Yahweh Shemashai at the same time. That's impossible. All right, you gotta love or hate the other. And you guys all chosen the world. So since you chose the world, guess what? You are enemies. And when Jacob trouble comes, guess what? These spirits that was created for vengeance are gonna come towards you 2/3 Jakes. All right, even towards you heathens too. All right, why? Because you guys are partaker of Israel's so-called Negroes in the American downfall. So you guys gonna get it too. All right, these evil spirits are created for the Most High anger, and they're gonna be used perfectly in a time of judgment. Let me grab another scripture real quick. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with a plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that Yahweh Shemashai shall bring upon it. Verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fell through the blasting and the howling, and with the fearful constellation. So basically, yeah, Egypt's gonna be judged. What's a modern day Egypt? America. They're gonna be judged. They're gonna be smitten. And can you do anything about that? No. All right. The foundation shall be smitten. The plagues and punishment bring upon it. All right. They're going to try to have some food, but guess what? What did it say? It says famine. It's a vengeful Lord Yahweh Shemashai. They're not going to have no food. And there's already food shortages in some states. So a lot of people in Jacob Chobo, they're going to be starving to death. They're not going to have no food. They're going to be basically just starving to death. And who's going to save them? Nobody is. And why is that happening? Because Yahweh Shemashai had judged them. Man, he's not going to have no pity. It's just his judgment. That's how it's going to be. Why? Because everybody have done wickedness. Everybody just had dwelt in wickedness. Hate one another. All right. Some of y'all killed your own parents. Some of y'all killed your own kids. Jake woman does that 24/7. They get planned. They get abortions. You know, that's what they do. Yeah, but you gotta look. You gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for that. All you Jake out there that had done these things, you gotta look. There's a judgment for that. And these spirits are ready for you, ready to get you. And when Jacob trouble happens, they're just gonna go. Who's gonna stop them? Nobody can. And we're about to enter that time where these spirits that's created for the Most High anger, they're about to please the Yahweh Shema Shai. They're going to please him. All right, so you 2/3 Jakes, you better be careful. You better, get understood what you're dealing with here. No repenting, keep on playing around, be stiff-necked. Then what the scripture says in Proverbs 1, then Yahweh Shema Shai will laugh at your calamity. Let's grab that real quick. Proverbs chapter 1. Let's go to, let's start at verse 24. This says this, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24, because I have called, and ye refused. I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at not all my counsels with none of my reproof. Verse 26, I'll also laugh at your calamity. I'll mock when your fear cometh. So when all hell break loose and your fear comes to life, in front of your face, he'll laugh at you because you didn't take heed. You had a stiff neck. You was prideful. You thought you had everything up together. You thought these prophecies was never gonna come true. Oh, guess what? It's gonna come true. Jacob trouble. The reason why it says last for the days great, so it's like it, is because it's gonna be horrible times. Yeah, have never been seen before, or it has not been seen before. The book of Esdras, the prophet Esdras, he said, woe is me, woe is me. He never thought he would experience that. Why he said that? Because he saw calamities and woes and wars. And he was scared. And I was a man back in the days that had seen wars. I probably had seen other stuff. And he was scared of what's going to come to happen in America. Because Yahweh Shema Shai was not playing around with the judgments. Because the wicked have been great. It had been sown to heaven. So you guys don't want to listen, and guess what? You're gonna suffer the consequences, and that consequences is gonna be hectic. It's going to be bad. All right. But going back to the point of the lesson is that what there are spirits that's created for the Most High anger, and they're gonna be used very soon. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodach, for giving the opportunity to do a lesson today. I do want to give double honor to the elders and Apostle Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. Shalom.